Whoopi Goldberg, she's a host of The View. She responded to the growing number of calls to Joe Biden stepping down. Now, there is a growing number of not just Republicans, not just conservatives, not just liberals, but Democrats, elected Democrats calling for Biden to step aside. Virtually everyone in Democratic politics right now, from the stories I'm reading, from the articles I've been doing research on, virtually everybody in Democratic politics agrees that this Friday is kind of a deadline for Biden to either get out of the race or show America that he can be the nominee. Now, I definitely think that he's going to continue to be the nominee. I have read Joe Biden's autobiographies, his biographies, all of it, unfortunately. And he really is just a power-hungry person. He is not going to give up. He believes like he has this chip on his shoulder, even though he's been in politics for his entire life. And so he will not be giving up power anytime soon. But without further ado, I present to you Whoopi Goldberg's response to all of this, because she now claims that she would, I guess, vote for Biden even if he pooped his pants.
My 2 cents, because I wasn't here on the day that y'all talked about it. I don't care if he's pooped his pants. I don't care if he can't put a sentence together. Show me he can't do the job, and then I'll say, okay, maybe it's time to go.
Well, here's the thing. If you're pooping your pants on the job, you can't do it. You can't do the thing. If you're doing doo-doos in your pants, that is evidence enough to me that you cannot do the job. But keep going, Whoops.
Now, he had a bad night the first time that he went out and debated with Kamala Harris. And everybody wanted him to quit then, say you can't talk to women like this, or you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. He came back, said, you know what, I got it, and gave 4 years. So, yeah.
I think there's a very, very big difference. Again, I'm trying, most of the time I try to come from a place where I'm like, all right, I understand what she's saying, blah, blah, blah. You cannot compare Kamala Harris trying to roast Joe Biden about segregation, school bus, school integration, etc. You cannot compare that with him fumbling over words and not knowing what he's talking about. Those are two completely different things. That is talking about normal debate tactics versus the true mental and cognitive decline of this old man. Those are two very different things.
I have poopy days all the time. I step in so much poo you can't even imagine. Now, I'm not running the world.
What does she mean by that? Again, I'm listening to understand. I can't relate. I can't relate. I don't have poopy days. The only time I have a poopy day is if I have to pick up my dog's poop. That's pretty normal. I don't know about you, but I'm not doing pooping. What? Whoopi's way too old to have little kids to the point where she's dealing with that. Like, I don't know what she's talking about there.
But I don't know anybody who doesn't step in stuff at some point. So I'm just simply saying, yeah, there are 2 debates. And if he can't do what he needs to do for the second debate, I'll join any crew that says get rid of him. But loyalty to me, if you are doing the job, I might not like everything you're doing. I don't like it all. But I'm going to stand behind you like those guys stand behind the guy who should have been the person people were talking about saying, yeah, Biden had a bad day, but this guy couldn't tell the truth if it split his lip.
Which is interesting because if you go and you watch the fact checks, because Biden had such a bad debate performance, people were actually fact checking him. It was actually really cool to watch in the media as people fact checked both sides, because people were finally like, whoa, Biden might have some issues, which, you know, you and I who have been paying attention, we know that. But it was very interesting to watch from, I guess, the Democrats, the leftist point of view, where they finally woke up and said, yeah, this is problematic. We might want to fact check him because we might need to utilize those fact checks in order to get him out of office. Now, to Whoopi's point about loyalty, I don't know if it's good or bad that she has this loyalty towards Joe Biden. I definitely think I get what she's saying. She wants to be loyal to the person that she is backing. She doesn't just want to flippantly say, get rid of him without having solid evidence and a solid backup plan. Think about it. You and I can debate whether or not Joe Biden is in good standing and blah, 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 but we're not the ones that are going out to vote to re-put in a nominee. We're not the ones doing the groundwork, the activism to find a new nominee. I kind of understand where they're coming from, where they're like, hey, he's done what we want him to do, even though we all think it's bad, but he's done what we want him to do for the last, 4 years. Why are we pulling the strings out on him now? It's going to be so much work. I get that line of argument. All right. The poop part I don't get, but this part I kind of do.
Nobody said that, but Anna said that, I believe, or something. She's not quite as colorful as I am. But the question now
Give me a chance.
The question now is, because lots of Democrats are coming out saying, find somebody else. But when we tried to do that with DT, this is my new way of just describing him. When we said, listen, he shouldn't be on the ballot. Everybody said, no. People chose him. We can't take him off the ballot. Well, I don't understand why anybody thinks it's going to be any easier to take Biden off.
Again, she's a lunatic, but she's not wrong about that part. I don't think they're getting rid of Biden. The people did vote for him. And we don't want to be disenfranchising voters,